Good morning, students. Today we are starting the fourth step of agricultural practice, that is irrigation. What is irrigation? The supply of water to crops at a regular intervals. Supply of water to plants at regular intervals is called irrigation. The rate and the time and frequency of irrigation depends on crops, seasons and soil. That is, the frequency of irrigation varies from crop to crop, season to season and also soil to soil. You know, in summer season the rate of evaporation is very high. So the frequency of irrigation is also high. So plants need more water in summer season. Okay. Then let us see the sources of irrigation. In our country, wells, tube wells, canals, dams, rivers, ponds, all these are the main sources of irrigation. We get water from all these sources. Okay. Then let us see the methods of irrigation. Methods of irrigation. First one, traditional method. Traditional methods of irrigation. Chain pump, rahat, dekli, mot. These methods are the different traditional methods of irrigation. In all these methods, cattle or human labor is needed. So these methods are cheaper and less efficient. So the traditional methods of irrigation are chain pump, racket, dekli and mortar. All these methods uses human labor and cattle. So it becomes the cheaper method for irrigation. For that you take your textbook, page number 8 and see the pictures. Mot system, see mortar, then chain pump, then dekli, racket. All these systems use human labor and cattle. Okay, then let us go to modern methods of irrigation. Modern methods of irrigation. There are two methods. First one is a sprinkler system. Sprinkler system. In sprinkler system, one main pipe and that is connected to different perpendicular pipes. One main pipe and that is connected to different perpendicular pipes. These pipes have nozzles, rotating nozzles. Okay. So water is allowed to flow through the main pipe by a pump, motor pump, electric pump, and that reaches the perpendicular pipes. Please remember, perpendicular pipes have rotating nozzles. When water reaches the perpendicular pipes with the nozzles rotate and flows water or sprinkles water as it is raining. Thus, system sprinkles water on crops as it is rain. And this system of that is sprinkler system is very useful in uneven lands with sandy soil. Uneven lands with a sandy soil. Then let us see another method, that is drip system. Drip system. In drip system, water falls drop by drop. Water falls drop by drop at the position of roots. At the position of roots. So, water is not wasted, not at all wasted. Okay, and this system is very useful. This system is very useful in areas where availability of water is poor. Okay, so these are the two systems, drip system and sprinkler system are the modern methods of irrigation. Okay, these two systems save water. Then next we can go to next agricultural practice, that is protection from weeds. Next agricultural practice is protection from weeds. What are weeds? The unwanted plants that are growing along with the crop. They are called weeds. The undesirable plants that are growing along with the crop plants, they are called weeds. Why do we remove weeds? That is, they compete with the crop plants for water, air, space or sunlight. So that should be removed or destroyed from the crop. Okay. Then what are the different methods of removing weeds? Different methods of removing weeds. Before that, removal of weeds from the field is called weeding. Removal of weeds from the field is called weeding. Then let us see the methods of weeding. Methods of weeding. First one, tilling. Tilling the field, that helps to remove the weeds. Then second method is use of a seed drill. Use of seed drill. That also helps to remove weeds from crop. Then next is a physical method. Physical method include manual methods. Weeds are removed manually by uprooting the weeds or cutting the weeds near the ground. Okay, cutting the weeds near the ground. That is, we can cut the weeds by a sickle or uproot the weeds using a kurpi. Okay, these are the different methods. Then next method is use of weedicides. Use of weedicides. What are weedicides? They are chemical substances. Chemical substances used to destroy weeds. They are called weedicides. Then the best time of removal of weeds is before they produce flowers or seeds. That is the best time for removal of weeds. Then one important thing we have to remember that when we spray these weedicides on crops, that affect the health of farmers. So, before spraying, farmers should use masks for covering their mouth or nose. Okay, these are all about protection from weeds. So, methods of weeding are different methods are tilling, seed drill, then physical method, that is uprooting or cutting the weeds by a sickle, and use of weedicides. Okay, then we go to the next method, next agricultural practice, next step of agricultural practice. The sixth step of agricultural practice is harvesting. What is harvesting? That is collecting the crop after it is mature. Okay, that is harvesting. Collecting crops after, or crop grains after it is mature is called harvesting. Okay, generally 3 or 4 months. It takes 3 or 4 months for a cereal crop to mature. Then harvesting is done manually or using a manually by a sickle, or using a sickle or using a machine called a harvester. Harvester. Okay. Manual harvesting includes uprooting the plant or cutting the plant very close to the ground. Okay. Then machine called a harvester used for harvesting the crops. There are 2 processes involved in harvesting. First one is threshing. What is threshing? Separating the seed from the stalk of the plant. Separating the seed from the stalk of the plant is called threshing. It is done either by beating the stalk on a wood or a flat rock, or by a machine called a combine. It is the process of separating seed from the stalk of the plant. Okay, that is done using a machine called a combine. Then next process involved in harvesting is winnowing. What is winnowing? Separating the seed from chaff with the help of blowing wind. Separate is the process of separating the seed from chaff by blowing wind is called winnowing. These 2 processes are very important, and that is included in the harvesting. Okay. Now we go to the next step of, or the last step of agricultural practice, that is storage. The last step of agricultural practice is storage. The crop grains should be protected from rats, insects, microorganisms like a bacteria or fungus. So before storing them, they should be dried properly in sunlight. When we dry the seeds in sunlight, that reduces the moisture content. So this prevents the attack of microorganisms like a bacteria and fungus. Okay. Then farmers, after drying in sunlight, farmers store the seeds in jute bags or a net. Farmers store the grains after drying in jute bags or metallic bins. Large scale of storage is done in silos or granaries. Large scale of storage of grains. Here in godowns, here specific chemical treatment is required for storing the grains in godowns. Okay, so that prevents the attack of pest, rats, microorganisms. Okay, so the grains should be safe from all these organisms. Okay, then dried neem leaves are used to store grains at home. Dried neem leaves. Okay, then that is all about the storage. Then we go to animal husbandry. Animals are also the sources of food. Animals are also the sources of food. We get different things, different foods like milk, then chicken, meat, then egg from animals. So we can say animals are also the sources, like plants, animals are also the sources of food. Rearing of animals in large scale for getting food is called animal husbandry. Rearing of animals in a large scale for getting food. That rearing is in farms or at home. So these animals should be properly cared or give shelter or give proper food. Okay, all these things include in animal husbandry. About animal husbandry, we will study in detail the details of animal husbandry. We will study in the next standard, that is the 9th standard. Okay, that's all about today, and I will give the questions after. Okay, thank you.